Climate change is one of the most important issues that we need to solve today. Since the mid 20th century, human activities exponentially increased with multiple industrial revolutions. In that time, it was all fine. The sky was clear, the sun was bright, the water was blue, and the green plants covered the rich soil. Even though the development led to prosperity and wealth, many ecosystems were destroyed and damaged. This mainly happened due to the increasing number of factories and the amount of burning fuels. The activities indeed provided the warm houses and the necessities, but they also produced more carbon dioxide, which trapped the sunlight and heat inside the atmosphere. The effect of the climate change, increase in temperature, is becoming more and more detrimental.
For example, imagine the round Earth, imagine the biome tropical rainforest, and then imagine the ecosystem Amazon rainforest located in South America. Then imagine the community that is located near the river and the population of groups of sloths, and one sloth eating green leaves. Imagine the abiotic factors like water, humidity, soil, temperature, and rocks, which all create a harmony together to provide a wonderful habitat for the biotic factors like the sloths. In the community, there will be different sloths like the pygmy three-toed sloths and the brown-throated sloths. Then they will share a symbiotic relationship of mutualism with the algae, where the sloth provides shelter for the algae as the sloth's fur steadily absorbs the water, and algae provide camouflage and extra nutrients through absorption through hair and skin. Near the river, the trees and shrubs will be the producers, providing fruits and leaves for the primary consumer such as the three-toed sloths. Then the sloths will be the prey for the secondary consumer such as jaguars and large birds like eagles. In the food chain, however, there is biomagnification of mercury in the soil. The plants will have high concentration, then the sloths will have a higher concentration, and finally, the eagles and the jaguars will suffer from an even higher concentration. In addition, there's deforestation, which creates soil erosions and destruction of habitats.
The climate change is another huge problem to rainforest. This occurrence happens due to the increased population as more fossil fuels must be burned to meet the demand. The increased emission directly increases the temperature, and the increase in temperature changes the weather pattern in the rainforest. The rainy season will come sooner than normal, and the rivers will flood at a time when it should not be. With this change, many organisms' population will suffer from the unexpected changes, and the food webs will shake dramatically. The most famous solution is the usage of renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy produced from sources that do not deplete or can be replenished within a human's lifetime. This includes solar power, wind power, biomass, geothermal, and hydropower. The specific machines and barriers are used to obtain energy from the sources.
The pros is that it does not emit carbon dioxide like burning fuels, which emit an extreme amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The sources of renewable energy can be easily maintained, as the damaged parts from the old machines can be reutilized to create a new one. In addition, as technology improves, the renewable energies are getting more money efficient. However, they are often hard to install and have requirements. For example, for the wind power, it takes up a lot of space, and it must be installed in places where winds are strong, and there aren't many places where it is open with a lot of wind. Renewable energy is also heavily dependent on nature, and when there is no sunlight or no wind or no water, they will not be able to create energy. They also often destroy the habitats, as many habitats were removed to install dams and wind turbines.
The renewable energy has a bright future. According to Energy Information Administration, the usage of renewable energy has been increasing ever since it was introduced to the market. The administration states that renewable energy, including hydropower, has already surpassed fossil fuels in 2017 when it comes to generating electricity. Therefore, in the future, you can expect more solar panels, wind turbines, and dams around the Earth, and they will minimize the carbon dioxide emission from fields like generating electricity. The second solution is agroforestry. Agroforestry, combining trees with crops and livestock together, has been spreading around the world as it maximizes the resources for the farmers. For example, farmers who raise cows can plant trees and plants around the farm. The farm where there was only soil and grass will now be filled with green trees and plants.
Agroforestry first can provide additional results such as more fruits or crops from the plants. The trees can also be shelter from the sunlight. The better usage of space will now decrease the carbon dioxide as the plants will photosynthesize during the daytime. Other than decreasing the carbon dioxide, Agroforestry can be protection by being windbreaks, soil improvement, and soil conservation. They not only decrease the amount of carbon dioxide, but also become a huge benefactor to the farms and the neighborhoods. There are also a few downsides to agroforestry. The main problem is time. This is because, unlike crops, trees and forests take a long time to grow. As it will take several years to fully grow trees to see its impact, it is not a quick fix. In addition, throughout the agroforestry farms, there have been pest problems. The planted trees brought pests, and they sometimes spread to the crops nearby and cause a detrimental effect to the farms.
Agroforestry is predicted to remove close to 7 billion tons of CO2 per year. And as the advantages of agroforestry spread through the farms, the FAO states that many farms will plant forests to gain economic advantage and to fight against climate change. The third solution is using public transportation and carpooling. The vehicles around the world are also a huge cause to climate change, as the vehicles on the road produce immense amount of carbon dioxide. Public transportation and carpooling are a form of travel that enables more people to travel to the same destination using buses, trains, and trams.
According to Federal Transit Administration, by using public transportation, one can reduce the emission rate per person, as buses or trains are more effective in terms of carbon dioxide per person. For example, taking carpooling with the people going to the same destination will produce less carbon dioxide compared to the people who are taking their individual cars to work. Carpooling and public transportation will also tidy the roads. With less cars, the transportations will be faster and no delays from congestions. The biggest con when it comes to public transportation is that you're stuck on the system scheduling and pricing. It might take longer to wait for your bus, sit through multiple stops, and still have to walk or drive home. Some of the public transportation will be more expensive, and it might be more money efficient to use personal transportation.
According to NextNatureNet, there are already different carpooling startup companies like EDO. In carpooling, they provide books and drinks for the comfort of the people. Similar to EDO, people are innovating carpooling as they acknowledge the natural-friendly effect of cleaning the city's air, which will benefit the respiratory systems for humans and animals. Carpooling and using public transportation is what we individually can do to fight the climate change. For example, when you need aqua shoes for your China Life trip, you can find other people who also need to buy the aqua shoes and carpool to a decathlon with your friends. By doing this, you can not only minimize the carbon dioxide emission, but also save time and have fun shopping with your friends.
If the above solutions are activated, the world will see a decrease in carbon dioxide emission rate. As the above solutions minimize the carbon dioxide emission from personal transportation, the world will be able to see a slower climate change. Even though the carbon dioxide will still be emitted around the globe, the ecosystems around the world will be less damaged and more organisms will be able to adapt to the changing environment. In conclusion, with the above solutions, we will be slowing down the climate change to delay the worst results and think of solutions that can bring back the emission rate to normal and bring back healthy ecosystems to Earth.